Hey guys, welcome back to channel. Thanks so much for clicking on channel. I can't right now. I cannot believe I just scheduled this live stream for 9:50 in the morning tomorrow. That's awesome. Okay. How hype are we for this little fake merge, this little Thailand type thing? I mean, Skylander, first of all, tell me your thoughts on the episode. Obviously, I made you wait until we got live on the air. How are we feeling about the episode?
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pissed. I wanted Ricardo to go home so bad. I'm like, I really want
chat.
Ricardo to go home.
For those of you who aren't aware, which I don't know if you're living under a rock, Skylander does not like Ricard. I personally don't mind Ricard as a villain because I think he adds to the show. He's actually a decent player, and he's a villain. And I think overall, I'm very happy that he stayed over Genie because of the fact that Genie didn't bring nearly as much to the show as a whole as he did. And so I think it's actually
That's interesting. That's interesting. So that is interesting though. Like the most unlikable player on the season that you want them to stay. That's interesting.
Correct, because they're the villain.
No, they're not. This is a Bradley situation. Okay, this is a Code Red Bradley situation.
Is that right? Is that right?
There's some villains that don't need to be at the merge. If this is a merge, I don't know. It's a game changer. Nothing like this ever happened in Survivor before. I don't really know what's happening. Maybe like you said, a Fiji situation where they merge, but like not really. They're still. So
my prediction is a Fiji prediction. Now I haven't seen Thailand in its totality. I've only seen like little bits and parts, and obviously I know about the season as a whole, the big moments, stuff like that. But I haven't seen the fake merge at all. So can you explain to me exactly how the fake merge worked?
Boom. This is how the fake merge works. So they all think they merged. You know, Jeff's like, okay, you guys are going to go on the same island. He doesn't give them merge buffs. He never says the merge, but he's like, I'm going to give you guys his paint. You can make a flag, or not a flag, but like he gives them paint and stuff like that. And you go talk to one person from each tribe. So they put paint on, and whichever other member of the tribe had the same paint as you on, you go talk to them, stuff like that. They're on the same beach, and they get the challenge like, oh my god, the merge is so great. And Jeff's like, well, I never said merge, and you guys are actually the same tribe still, but they live on the same beach. So kind of like a one world situation, except
that's weird.
Men and women,
and
they do that for 2 rounds. And the
two rounds,
the only likable player ever in Xi'an gets voted out before the merge, and then the first instance of pre-merge jurors actually comes up when I think her name's Erin gets voted out. I don't know. And then they actually merge, and it takes all the wind like air out of the
season. Do they merge at like 8 or something? Do they merge at like 8 or 9?
Yes, they merge at 8 in a 16-person.
8?
Merge at 8, yeah.
Oh my god, that's why it was bad. Holy Jesus,
it was bad way before that.
I do not think they're going to do that. I think what they may do is, I do think that they may merge islands, but stay as in individual tribes, or
there's 2 members of the tribe.
Actually, you know what? No. This is my prediction. What I said at the start of the season, which is that the green tribe is going to dissolve into the other 2 tribes, and then it's going to be a 2-tribe round in which they both go at it. And I think that's what's going to happen.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean. I like the theories. I don't know if it's necessarily gonna be one world. Sure, let's go with that.
No, I'm happy with that. Right, Ricard, he goes on the Yasser tribe, obviously, because he sucks, and then he gets voted out, or they vote out Xander, which I hope they don't. They vote out Ricard, and it's gonna be so satisfying. Everyone's gonna be being like, "Yay!"
I'm gonna stick with my preseason prediction, which is that we end up seeing a situation in which, because I had predicted Shan and Ricard preseason. And I had said it in my boot order video. Go check that out, guys. In which I had said that, and then I said that they dissolved into the other 2 tribes. And so if I can get the dissolution right, and this is all without spoilers, I'd be pretty happy with myself overall.
Yeah, I'd be happy if Ricard got voted out. I'm gonna be honest with you. So.
Okay, so let's go through the episode start to finish. So we open up with the Ua tribe, where we get. What is it?
Jenny making one of the most horrible moves in Survivor history.
What did she do again? I forget.
She found the island. Was like, Ricard, guys. I found an advantage. And then obviously Chantel, being a great player, makes her not use it, and they all lay it there. And then they're like, well, what if we went to go look at it? So then Chantel actually gets the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, because the Cecilia in the chat is saying exactly what I think, which is that we're going to get some sort of Matt Singh type of situation. I said it all preseason, but before we had even gotten the official cast drop, I think was going to get down to two people. They're going to dissolve between Yase and Luvu, where Yase is going to have like one or two people missing, and then we're going to get, you know, like regular dissolvation, and then one round in which they go at it, or maybe two. And that's what I predicted, and it seems like I could be right here. So so we get Jeannie finding the advantage, putting it back. Now, obviously, I think Jeannie, in my personal opinion, this is a good move in the moment, because she knows that there's a possibility that Luvu has not found the advantage. So if I'm her, I don't knock her at all.
Yeah, me neither. Wait, Jenny?
For not yeah, exactly. I don't knock her at all for not picking up the advantage. I personally would have done the exact same thing, because I feel like at that point you're in a position in which even if you pick it up, it's like now you have no vote. It's like you came and you like use your shot in the dark, or if you were to get like an extra vote at the island thing, now you can't, or the little, you know, ship wheel thing, now you can't use that either. It's like at that point, it's like there's no point in risking that. And so I do see why she didn't pick it up and, you know, pick up the Beware advantage, especially because her number one ally got voted out because he got it. And so I think that you guys are too nice. You guys are too nice.
You guys, like, if she just kept it.
Yeah,
and
but
she just kept it, and Ricard would have gotten voted out, and it would have been so great. It would have been so great, honestly.
I think that overall, she made the right decision, because I think overall in that moment she knows that if she risks her vote here, she's really, really, really in trouble. And I think she was already in trouble. But if you can convince Ricard or Shen, a couple that they're very strong, but they could flip because they're both very viable players who could flip. To do so, then I really, really feel like you end up, you know, it ends up being a success, and you get to the merge. And so to just lose your vote like that would derail her entire plan. So I think at that moment that was an okay decision. So now I think where the bad thing is now you go and tell them that you're doing that. Now they can now take it. Like the best case scenario of that is that they take it, but Luvu didn't find it. Like that's such a like small chance that happens. Like it's so many like ifs or what ifs. I feel like at that point you just don't say anything, put it back, and that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe if you need it later, then like if the other two people at the challenge say it, then you can grab it later or something like that, or maybe like right but before the challenge, if you're feeling bad about it, then you can go to the challenge and say it out loud. But I feel like she played this situation right at first, but after a while, I feel like she ended up kind of playing the situation not as she needed
telling Ricard and Chantel. And bro, if she just kept it, knowing what we know now, she would have gotten an idol.
Exactly, and then I think she would have used it. I don't think she would have been lulled into fake.
I think
sense
Jeannie
of
has some
security.
Common sense, at least. You know, so.
Yeah, more than like a Tiffany does or something like that. I feel like. I was gonna say this too. Xander is in a tough spot here. I mean, we'll get
poor
to
Xander, bro. He just
later,
at least he finally got his vote back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least he actually finally got his vote back.
No, man. He might get his advantage stolen, but that's for later. That's for later. Okay. So after this, we go to the Luvu tribe, in which we see Sydney spearfishing, and then after this, we get we get Deshawn and Danny deciding whether or not they're going to throw a challenge, and it seems like they're going to. And then all of a sudden I see Nasir appear. Now, after this point, whenever we've seen Nasir, it's either been like a positive scene where it's just like a regular, like, oh yeah, like I'm an underdog, I have a good story, this and that. Or it's just been like, and what's really been more memorable is him just getting trashed on. And so I was expecting, you know, especially when the conversation started out saying, oh, you know, we're gonna throw this challenge, Nasir. Do you want to join in? And he's like, nah. I was like, it's Nasir, what are you doing? You're doing it again. And then they're like, yeah, you're right, Nasir. And so they didn't throw the challenge. And at this point, I could tell that it was going to be Ua going again, because of the fact that the Yasa tribe has just been built up so much now. And if it's not going to be the blue tribe, then it has to be Ua. And so I feel like overall, what we're looking at here is just simply a tribe that is going to go to the merge, fake merge, dissolvation, whatever you want to call it, with full numbers. And so that means that even if there's a dissolvation, and let's say they get Shan on the tribe, or Ricard on their tribe, it seems
Easy
like
vote.
It seems like then you vote out Erica, and now you're right back to a tribe of 6, and that seems like kind of an advantage. I'm not going to
You vote out Ricard. Oh, silly! You vote out Ricard if he gets on track.
100%, yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's a dissolve, but like I feel like that's too obvious. Like, oh my god, it never happened before in Survivor history. Like, I don't know.
Well, nobody said it never happened before, but they inferred that, but they never said the word out loud.
They said something like, "This is game changing" or something like that. I forgot.
Yeah. And then on the Yase tribe, we get the Tiffany and Liana deciding to look through Xander's bag. We also get Evie again playing Xander, making Xander feel comfortable. So we know that if they win again, it's probably going to be Xander getting blindsided. And so
sad,
I think, yeah, very, 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 very happy that they got first place in the challenge.
The thing is, though, like, didn't they already know literally that he had an extra vote and that he had an idol? He told them that.
Yeah, I think Tiffany's just kind of lost, so that they're like trying to catch her up.
Yeah, like, because Tiffany knows all that. She knew about the butterflies thing. Like, she knew all that. Like, I was like, you guys know this already. Why are you acting shocked? Like, you guys seen this?
Exactly.
I was kind of like, okay, it's kind of weird. Especially Liana. She knew about it, like, the most, probably, besides Evie. Like, she knew he had an extra vote. Like, oh my god, he's an extra vote. Like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was because, remember, in the episode where we just followed Yase the whole time, we got like a lot of Tiffany like just panicking, and it seems like maybe in the episode, like Tiffany never really got like a good sense as to what the advantage actually said. So maybe that was her trying to figure out what the advantage was really about in these specific contents of the advantage, because it seemed like in the episode that she had just kind of been told like a short spiel from probably like Evie, and that she had never really gotten like the full story or the full functionality of this advantage. All right. After this, we get a challenge, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, we get like one loop. Oh no, you already talked about that. Never mind.
Yeah, this is the challenge that I've definitely been the most attentive for this entire season, and it's all because of my man Naseer. Now
that is Naseer.
Now, every time that we've seen this out of our editing, I've said this is great. Don't do it again for like the next 2-3 episodes. But then they do it again, and I'm like, okay, this is great. But then don't do it again next episode. And they do it again.
But this one was
but but it worked perfectly because of the fact that if they had just like showed us like this year finding it, then it's like, okay, he found it. Then we see like whoever finds it last. It's like, okay, now like that's the payoff. Whereas in the payoff is, oh shoot, Naseer! All of a sudden he says, "Go." We're like, what, Naseer?
And I was like, whoa.
So first of all, I was like, wait, what are they trying to dunk on Naseer? Like being like, haha, he said like that in a really awkward way. But then I thought, wait, what? Naseer has the advantage, and then it just like flashback. It's so cool. It was. I swear, cool.
These flashbacks have been pretty good this season. I'm not gonna lie, like they've done pretty well with the flashbacks so far. But don't do it again for like 2 episodes.
Yeah, please, like don't hold up. No. I mean, honestly, I think they could make it work like every episode, or maybe like out of 3 episodes, do it like maybe 2 of those 3 episodes, like 66%.
But this, like, I will say though, this, like, if they had to make a flashback scene, this is the scene to make the flashback scene.
I think it's less about like a quota and more about just finding spots for them and not forcing it at all. Because the second you force it is when it becomes old, really.
Yeah, because like it would have been so obvious. This is like the perfect scene to do it.
Correct. Okay, so we're looking at this point now. All of them are saying it. So now, I mean, we didn't get any true confirmation, but it seems like we now have a confirmed. All 3 of them have idols now. So Shan has an idol, right? Shan has it, right?
Yeah. Wait. So the thing that Shan has it, but the thing gets me is like the green tribe and the yellow tribe, Yase and Ua, the entire tribe, both entire tribes know about the thing. So both tribes know that Naseer has the idol. All of Ua, and all of Yase knows that Naseer has an idol right now, which is, that is Naseer for you. But Chantel has an idol, has a vote. And finally, my man Xander has his vote back. Finally.
Not for long, not for long. You know what I'm saying?
We'll
Leslie
get
Adams about
there.
to swoop in.
No, he has his vote. He has his vote. Just
Yeah.
he might not have his advantage.
Maybe. I
Poor
don't know.
Xander,
I mean,
like whenever he gets something, it just gets taken right away from him. This man cannot get anything in this game.
yeah. Wait. The unsung editing change that I like has shown the. Yeah, I think it's kind of like overkill. I'm not gonna lie. Like when it says does not have an idol in the corner, it's
Yeah,
like,
I was
she's
like,
literally telling me right now that like
does
what?
cannot vote. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
cannot
actually
vote.
can.
It's like, oh, really? That's why she's saying she cannot vote out loud. But I also understand, like, sometimes it's just nice to see something, like, reaffirmed. Okay, so after this, after the challenge where it's Ua who loses, where I gotta say, this is the most heartbroken I've seen somebody over a challenge. Shan looked, like, genuinely, like, heartbroken over this challenge. Because I think that
I would be
genuinely...
too.
I actually wouldn't. I like going into the merge with 2. I think 3 is the worst because you look at a tribe like the Hustlers, right? Who went in? They lost Patrick. They lost Elliot or whatever the hell her last name is, and they lost somebody else who I can't remember. Simone. There you go. And so they go in with 3. That's a great way to get like 6th, 4th in. 6th, 5th, in 4th place. That's not a good way to win the game because I feel like you'll team up with like so the Hustlers, they team up with the Heroes, but then as soon as the Heroes are gone, now the Heroes just turn on the Hustlers and end up getting out all of the Hustlers, and then the people at the end who actually have a shot are the 2 Heroes, Chrissy and Ben.
To be fair, there was only 2 Hustlers left or 3. And Ben idled them out, so.
Well, yeah, again, but you I mean, just looking from a pure, like, this happened last time this happened, and this is the last time it happened, so let's not make the same mistake again.
The thing is, like, you can't, like, you probably are not thinking that on Survivor, and generally just you'd want to avoid tribal council. Like, if I was in a 3-person tribe, and I didn't have an idol, I wouldn't be like, oh, great, I get to go to tribal council, and there can be like a HH8 situation where I make it to like the final. I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking like, there's a 1 in 3 chance I'm going out right now, So.
Yeah, I get that. For me, by the way, this might be skipping ahead. What are your thoughts on if you're one of these 3 people playing your shot in the dark? I feel like that's the worst thing you can do at UA, because I feel like at this point it's like you have 3 people. Your vote is 1/3 of the votes. It's like literally all of the stats are pointing to keep your vote because you have a better chance of flipping somebody than of getting a 1 in 6 shot, because there's really only a 1 in 3 chance that it's at this point. It's like there's no point in risking your vote because your vote it isn't like 8%. It's not like a 13-person tribe like at the merge where that's different. It's literally 33.3 repeating % of the entire vote. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is like King Voce said. The shot in the dark twist really isn't as scary as it seems when you think about it logically.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's not worth using unless you really are
unless it's like the most blatant obvious vote like in the history of Survivor votes, which like now
the last time that I can think of like a blatant obvious vote was like in like Ghost Island pre-merge. You know what I mean? And like if it takes 4 seasons to look back and say this is when you should have played your shot in the dark with what's her name, Stephanie in Ghost Island. That's the last time that like I remember seeing someone who's just like, I have no way out of this tribe. There's nothing I can do. I wish I had something. I have nothing, and like that's it. I'm gonna go cry. Like that's the only time that I can like remember post 34 of someone just, or really 33 of someone who just generally has no shot. Like because really like. The biggest example of this would be, someone like Blondie in season 32, I think it was, where
Allie?
She has
her name?
No, Blondie. Her name's like I don't know, whatever her name is.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's Blondie.
As Jason said,
she has no shot because Scott and Jason are just not feeling it. In fact, Jeff even offers to just vote herself out at the challenge that Caleb got evacuated at, which is hilarious. Like it just shows. I think it shows that the shot in the dark is only meant for very specific moments. And even if you think everyone's going to vote for you, it's almost statistically better. It's almost more statistically sound to try and flip half the tribe than to actually just get like a 1 in 6 shot.
1 in 6 shot.
Exactly, because if you have let's say you have a 20% chance of flipping half the tribe to vote with you. Well, you have a 16 point whatever chance of getting a little shot in the die. The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't
and so,
lie.
yeah, in the end, I feel like the numbers just show. Yeah, the numbers just show that overall you have so much more of a shot to flip votes than you do of getting your shot in the dark, and you should always try that first.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool though if Jenny did play her shot in the dark and got immune and voted that Ricard. That would have been pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely, it would have been so cool.
It's actually hold up. You can actually number. It's 16.666666667.
It's just 16.6 for repeating. That's what it is.
No, there's a 7 at the end.
No, that's just your calculator not being able to go on forever. Okay.
No, it multiplies to 100.
I'm decent in math, trust me. Okay. Okay. No, but actually, I generally think that this tribal was very interesting, even though it was a pretty straightforward vote, in the fact that the solid two just stick together here. I think that they edited it in a way in which they showed the fight, right? The big blown out fight, which I think really added like the interest to this episode. I feel like if they didn't show the fight, you're like, okay, they're just trying to psych me out with the edit, but I genuinely thought for a second, hey, could this be Ricard? Now, I never thought Chantel, because Chantel was just, I mean, if Chantel went out in this episode, people would, the ratings would drop like 50%. Like,
do you know how much the ratings would go up if Ricard got voted out this episode?
Definitely not. But
how do you like Ricard? No,
I don't like Ricard. I just respect him as a character on the show.
I need him to leave.
He's a villain. He's a good player.
He's a Bradley.
Do you want to watch Genie play the game or
yes.
or Ricard play the game?
I would watch Genie play the game.
Every single day. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself.
Say that, bro. I would watch Jenny play the game every single day.
You can't even get through the sentence and you know exactly why.
Bro, I do not want to see Ricard on my television. He can go. I do not need to see him.
All right, go ahead and talk about the Luvu tribe and what you think of the tribe while I get my sweatshirt off. So we can stall a little bit here.
So yeah, Luvu right now, it's hard for me to get a read on them because like every episode they're either trashing Naseer, or he's like the best person on the tribe ever. So it's kind of hard to, like, this is another episode where they trash on Naseer and then they kind of don't at the end. So I know Ricard's a better player than Genie. I never said that. I just said I'm saying I'd rather watch player, Jenny though.
Better character, ratings. No. There we go. Yeah, ratings. That's right. Ratings are important.
Oh my, y'all are just a bunch of weirdos.
Or we're just right. Either one. Okay, but no.
What I said about the Luvu, like, it's kind of hard to make it a solid read because they're always either saying, "Oh, well, Naseer's the obvious boo this episode," or, "Oh, it's not Naseer. He's the best person ever."
Yeah.
I know that Jenny hardly played, but I just rather see her hardly play than Ricard play. Like, it's just
exactly nah. The people in the chat know what's up. They know what's up. Okay.
Why do you think I like? You have no reason to believe that I like Ricard.
Let's get back. Let's save this debate for our hour and a half long predictions and power rankings, which drops on Saturday. No, drops on Sundays. Check it out, guys. And by the way, if you guys don't know, I'm gonna swap my uploads that go up on Friday to Saturday, and then my podcast from Saturday to Sunday. So that's just a little switch, just so you guys know. Okay. What's next in this episode? Let's go back. We get the hike up the hill. What are your thoughts on them doing this one last time before the dissolution or merge or whatever the hell?
It's I guess like, wait, no, it's not because of the advantage, the stupid advantage. It's not good.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about. So do you like that they're gonna add another one in?
No.
If this was the extra vote, would you like it?
I'd be more neutral towards it because
I wouldn't mind. Actually, yeah, you're right. I personally wouldn't like it either way, but I think if it was just, let me see. Somebody said, "Do you guys think the men think the men are afraid that a women's alliance might be forming soon?" Some men have been. Yeah, I would be scared just because I feel like there's a lot of like the whole like
There's
girl
been
power type of thing going
4
on.
men voted out this season
Yeah,
and
which is
2 women.
crazy.
And like
There's Sarah.
I don't think it's
That's it.
sexist. Like I don't want to get. I don't think it's sexist to like be scared that there's a women's alliance. Like that's
Yeah.
not like it wouldn't be sexist. I'm
It's a
getting off
genuine
topic.
fear.
It's like
Yep.
it's a thing. Like we've seen it happen in Survivor before.
Yeah.
Like with Parvy. Like I think it's okay, and it's okay for women to be scared that there's a men alliance. Like it's
Yep.
happened before in Survivor. It's
Throw out.
So I
So,
mean,
I mean,
I would be scared too.
I would be very, very scared, especially nowadays with the whole, the girl power stuff going on. I feel like it's definitely something that you need to be afraid of if you're a dude, because it's something that can happen at any moment. Any of a combination of your like alliances or sub alliances could now just turn into, okay, let's just shave off this dude and grab that girl over there, and now we're just kind of rotating around. There we go, girl
Bada boom,
power.
bada bing. Yeah, and like
Exactly.
there's been just the fact there's been more men voted out this season than women. It's like
Correct.
what
Is it
4 I think.
is it just Sarah? Really?
No, Sarah and Jenny. Now that Jenny's been voted out,
Oh, okay.
it was
Okay.
4-1, and this episode made it 4-2. So there's been a lot of men voted out in the season.
We all know Evie would be the ringleader. Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, it's obviously Evie.
Evie would.
The only reason why Voce
men.
voted out.
I hate men.
I don't like them. I
No.
want the get voted out right now.
For those of you who weren't here preseason, those of you guys who have found me in the past few weeks, by the way, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell if you guys haven't already. But continuing, if you guys weren't here in the preseason, we were trashing on Evie. We did not like Evie because she had said that she hated men in her pregame interview. What do you guys think of Evie in the chat so far? I'm curious. I feel like for an example, my video that I did back when Evie had said that she hated men had a bunch of dislikes because everyone hated Evie. And then all of a sudden, now it has like 40 likes, which is a lot for my channel. That's crazy. And so it kind of swapped. It seems like everyone loved Ricard pre-cast assessment, or sorry, pre-season airing, and everybody hated Evie pre-season airing. And now it's kind of swapped. Now, I still do think that Evie, I think Evie's opinions on that haven't changed, but at least I can respect her for not showing those opinions, not making that her entire personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unlike Ricard, I just.
Oh my God, are you still on Ricard?
All right.
Okay.
Ricard,
what's after?
Go.
So let's talk about the advantage. So from what I understand, if someone in the comments can explain to us the advantage in a paragraph, maybe you guys are more know-it-alls than we all.
This guy said something good. It's that Evie thinks she's a Cochrane, but she isn't. She's a good player, but thinks too strong of herself. I totally agree with that.
That's true.
With that, I do think she thinks very highly of herself. When in reality, like it's pretty hard for her to control what Tiffany. I don't think you should be that impressed by that. I think it's a bit better that she's basically in control of Xander and Liana, but I feel like her tribe, right? I think it's for her. She just got put in a good situation, and now Xander literally needs her. Xander needs her. So she did do good maneuvering at this point right now. I feel like she doesn't have to do all that much to be in a good position. But props to her for being in that position in the first place. So
let's talk about the advantage. If someone in the chat wants to explain it, because I am a little bit confused, not totally, but I am a teeny bit confused.
I can explain it.
And I'm sure the specialists are just absolutely hating on the show right now. Oh my God, I don't even understand this advantage. I don't like to hate on that. I don't like hating like that. If I don't understand it, I'll just ask somebody else or figure it out. So if someone in the chat, knows the down low on the advantage. But I mean, I know it. I'm just saying it's easier to see it in text. You know what I mean? But I think overall, from what I remembered, it seems to be that they can steal an advantage from somebody else if that player has the advantage and they ask the right player. But they only get one question to one player, which I think is super unfair, because now you get to steal an advantage from what?
Yeah, so basically you pull the player aside and you show them the thing, and it's okay, do you have advantage? You have to say yes. If you do, they say yes, stupid. They give you the advantage. They say no, nothing happens.
Because now if because I think at this point every tribe except Luvu knows. And we all knew that this wasn't going to be a Luvu person who was going to get this. So Ua and Yase, they both know who has the advantages. You know what I mean? Or especially the people like Shan and Liana know who has the advantages. So now if this was Shan who had gotten this advantage, she just would have gone to like Ricard and snagged that advantage out of his hand there. I feel like this is not something that you need skill to use. This is not something that you like perfect the use of or mess up. I like advantages that have a high ceiling for success and a low ceiling for defeat. Not necessarily high risk, but just overall advantages in which you can game them, advantages in which you can mess it up, advantages that you can overplay and or underplay. I think that's what makes the idol so good, is you can do all of the things I just said. And so I feel like with this advantage, it seems like you're lacking that ability to mess up. If you know who has the advantage here, you just take it. That's it. That's not fun.
That's
and
not
on top
Survivor.
of that, and on top of that, it's not even like it's like, oh, that's not fair, but it's good TV. That's not fair, and it's bad TV. And on top of that, it's probably gonna happen to Xander, which is even worse TV, because that's your little hero pick.
Hear me out, right?
Yeah.
If it happens to Ricard, best advantage in Survivor history. I'm not even. I'm just kidding. Because Survivor's a social game, and this takes the entire social aspect out of it. As long as you have the information and know this person has an advantage, which Liana knows that Xander has an advantage, you're like, hey, yo, bruh, give me your lunch money. And then like,
wait, what? Hold on. So somebody says, I'll pin it. Somebody says in the chat, and it can only happen at Tribal, and you lose your vote if you miss.
Well, yeah.
So I like this because at least it balances it out, but it's still kind of meh. But this does make it better. So apparently Liana has to ask Xander at Tribal, I'm guessing before they even go to vote, hey, do you have an advantage? And then he's going to be like, yes. And she's going to be like, okay, great. But if Liana were to ask like someone like Tiffany or Evie and they said no, then Liana would lose her vote. And also she would then put a target on her back. And so it seems like if you get this wrong, it's very, very bad. But if you get it right, it's easy.
Yeah, so this kind of makes it better. I don't think they said it in the parchment. She did say at Tribal Council. I can say it, so I guess they kind of skipped over saying that. But this makes it better. At least if there's like it's bad if you miss, but like still, if you can just walk over to someone in Tribal Council and be like, "Hey, give me your idol, fool," and they have to give you your idol if it's true, that's pretty bad. Because like that, like I said, it takes Survivor is a social game. You don't have to be social. You can, as long as you're like know the information. Get the idol, you can be like, well, I mean, I'm just too bad, so sad. Give me your advantage. It's like,
yeah, I think what it is for me is like certain advantages you just know that they're going to be good, and certain advantages you just know they're not going to be good. And there's some advantages that are in that gray area. And as soon as I heard this advantage, I was like, oh no, please stop. I just think this advantage is not going to pan out good. I think the best case scenario is that you just like she gets it wrong and loses her vote. I think for like as a fan, I want her to just get this wrong. I think overall, and as far as what this guy's saying, he says the advantage is more interesting if the rest of people know that the advantage exists in the game, so they could shuffle the exactly. And so because then it creates like a guessing game, just like the idol. Obviously, you don't want Survivor to be completely random. That's the whole point of all this, is to make it so that the person who genuinely can use all of these tools to their advantage the best, and use all these advantage or all these relationships to their advantage the best wins. At the same time, if like the idol has a little bit of randomness to it, because you have to find out who the person who is voting for it is. So I feel like if the people knew about this advantage, now they can give their advantage to like the safe person. So instead of like the Ed Guadaboot being like the safe vote, now if Evie gives her advantage to Tiffany, that's like the safe handoff. I don't even know, whatever. Like I feel like that sounds so much better to me than okay, now I'm gonna go to Xander because I know he has the advantage. He has no idea that I'm about to do this. Xander, give me your advantage right now at Tribal. And then it's mine, and then I'm just gonna play it, and that's it. And and on top of that, you have like no, he has a vote, right? Yeah,
he has a vote back,
but he has no advantage. I feel like this is gonna be super duper bad. Also, let's talk about the Shannon and Liana relationship. How do we feel about this? I'm not gonna lie. Usually, I don't like this whole like, oh, like we look the exact same, so like we're besties now. But like I actually dig this relationship kind of.
That's right. We're not like we don't really get that much screen time in the grand scheme of things, but they seem like they trust each other. But like literally everyone else, like
I like that Liana. I like that Liana got some more screen time because we like every week when I do the True Contenders podcast, I go through all these superlatives at the end, and I have like a purple category, and like Liana was starting to get there. Ricard was the purple last week. Before that, it was like Heather and Erica and whatever, and then this week it was going to be Liana, but it seems like she got her due. I don't know who's going to be. It may be no one, honestly, or it could be someone on the Lulu. I think it's probably going to be someone. Yeah, I'd say Erica is back to the purple spot here. Obviously, she got the content last episode, but again, she's looking to be very purpled now. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, now the way they can revive this advantage is like if everyone gets a letter, it's like beware, someone. There's they can steal your advantage, and it's kind of like okay, all right, but that's probably not going to happen. So,
yeah, I think what it is that with this advantage, it can add a layer to the game, but it's not the layer that you necessarily want to add to the game, and that's not something that you want to play around with and risk,
Yeah, well, unless you have the person who has it. If the person has it, you're like, oh, yeah. But
correct.
Yeah, so should we get to is it tribal now that we're at, basically?
Well, we get this. So first of all, we get Ricard and Genie alone at camp. So Ricard says that he's playing Genie and that he's just going to tell Genie, oh, I'm worried about Shan. Let's blindside her. So as far as we know, that this is a lie. So right now, as far as we know, Ricard and Shan are together. Then Shan gets back, talks to Genie, and as far as we know, Genie and Shan are together. Then Ricard and Shan have the combo, and Shan tries to get the advantage from Ricard. He says no, because then there's no point in keeping me. Great play on his part. Great play. And then after this, so at this point, we're thinking it's Shan going between Ricard and Genie. No matter how much Shan says, I'm worried. She knows.
It's not Shan.
And so, yeah. And so at this point, it's either Shan or Genie or Shan or Ricard. And at Tribal, we get Ricard. At this point, I think Ricard drops all of his cards and just says, Shan, please. We've been together the whole time, please.
Yeah, I do think Ricard was genuinely worried at that point.
Yeah, he was. And for good reason, because Shan could have easily flipped on him there and had no remorse, because it doesn't look like she would have had to worry about him being on the jury, although I think that's honestly good for her game if he got on the jury, because he seems to be like a pretty easy vote on the jury for her if she can get to the end. But different conversation for a different day. I think that overall, when you look at this, we're looking at more of a situation in which, do you want to vote out the person who's a better player or the person who's a better ally? Because I think Ricard's a more active ally, whereas Genie's like a more just blindly loyal ally. And as far as like a player, Genie's less of a threatening player, but Ricard's a better player. And so you look at all four of those things and find negatives and positives in all four of those things. So
it's kind of like Ricard will flip on you, Genie won't, but Ricard is able to make better moves for your alliance than Genie. I mean, I still would have voted out Ricard just because I dislike Ricard strongly, but
Yeah. Anything else to touch before we go ahead and cut it off?
Jenny robbed Queen Ricard.
You said what?
Jenny robbed Queen Ricard. Should have gone home.
Yeah. Jenny's robbed. She's the ally.
Jenny has been on the bottom of the list literally the entire time. It was only a matter of time until
she played too hard too late. That's the thing, is if she could have played this hard like before Brad went home, great. She waited too late, and I feel like that was her issue. All right, Skylander. What's going on over there in the Skylander landscapes? What's going on?
All right, well, the 10th anniversary of Skylanders just passed. I don't really think any of you are interested, but I did upload a 1 hour and 7-minute edited video on the 10-year anniversary, and then I should be uploading some Halloween-related type videos as Halloween gets closer. Talking about spooky Skylander stuff.
His channel link is down below in the description. And by the way, guys, thank you for getting us to 500 subs. That means that we get our community tab. So I'll be posting tons of polls about what the type of content you guys like, just subscriber opinions in general. We're gonna have tons of fun over there. So if you see a community post, interact so that more people can see them. This only happens because of you guys. Thank you. And again, I think tomorrow I'll probably do a video. I don't know, maybe on what the fake merge could be, or maybe just on like how the season's rebounding. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll probably think of it tonight and let y'all know on the community tab, little world over there. Again, thank you. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Notification bell, and then press all after you press the notification bell. And again, guys, thank you again the continued support. Thank you. If that's it, guys.